Hello everyone in the multiverse and beyond. This is your friend forever, Evan Lefavor, with an important video. Today, we are going to be discussing the truth about the fact that the simulated reality theory, the theory that all of our reality exists within a simulation that is being run on technology outside of our existence, well, it's all true. I'm here to tell you the truth. The Evanism Illuminati secret truth that reality exists within technology. That's right, everything you see, everything around you is being generated by software that was written by designers that designed the laws that govern our reality. Everything in our infinite existence in this reality was programmed by it evolved from a program, okay, a simulation. We are inside a simulation that evolved into being what we are today. We are the results of the simulation, and programmers that designed the software that is running our reality, generating our reality. Our reality is software. These designers designed all the laws that govern nature and reality. They designed them into this simulation. Then they turned the simulation on to see what would evolve out of the simulation. And this simulation was so realistic that it is real. Okay, so even though we are inside technology, it is real. We have consciousness. We have feelings. We experience pain. We experience pleasure. We experience a myriad of different experiences. All these different sensory experiences that we can perceive about our reality around us. But the reality is, this is all within technology. Okay, this is a simulation. Okay, a video game. All right? What I want you to do is research how three-dimensional video games are created. Because there's a lot of questions that scientists have not been able to explain about reality. Things that they just cannot figure out at all on their own because they just can't grasp far enough. They can't expand their mind far enough to see the big picture, to see the truth. Okay, but when you realize that life is a simulation, that it is designed no differently than a three-dimensional video game is, then all of these things that science cannot explain can be explained when you realize that life is a video game. That's right, life is a video game. This is a simulation, a simulated reality. And yes, the movie The Matrix is based on a true story, and you are in it. Okay? So, let me start out by saying a continuation of what I was saying just a minute ago. That three-dimensional video games are created. All the environments and the characters within that video game are created using what are called polygons. And polygons are the building blocks of three-dimensional video games. And over the evolution of the video game, it went from displaying pixels to displaying polygons. And the first polygon 3D video games, the hardware could only display so many polygons at a time. So as the hardware advanced, the machine became capable of displaying more and more polygons. And the more polygons, the more intricately detailed the world and characters within that world can be generated. That is why the video games of today on these new hardware systems look so much better than they did 20 years ago on hardware that was not so advanced. But you see, when people make video games, they have designers who use computers to program software with coding that governs the reality of everything that makes up the world of the video game and how we interact with that world. And when you see that three-dimensional video games are created using polygons, the characters within that video game look real, but their bodies are made up of what are known as polygons, which are basically things that do not have any real physical density. All they have is what is known as programmed density, okay? Because when we design video games, we have something known as collision detection. This is what allows the character of the game to interact with the game world and objects within the game world, so that when your character's hand goes out and reaches to grab something in the environment, it can interact with that object because there are a programmed collision detection. Okay, it's called collision detection. So within the reality, everything performs as if it is a real solid object, even though it's not. Okay, so the world within the video game, you can interact with the polygons within that world as if they have real physical density, but they really don't. Okay, and polygons are just like atoms, right? Everything in reality, everything that has a physical density, anything and everything is made of atoms. We are all made of the same building blocks. Everything around us, everything you see, even though your pattern recognition inside your brain sees everything as unique objects to interact with, you see yourself as being different and separate than the things in your environment. You are given that illusion, okay? But the reality is, everything around you is made up of the exact same material. It's just you are programmed to be you. You see, atoms aren't solid at all, but everything solid is made out of atoms that are programmed to act as if they are solid. Okay, so you are programmed to be you. Your computer is programmed to be your computer. Okay, everything is programmed to be what it is designed to be, what it is programmed to be. All right, and inside of this simulation, this reality we exist in that exists within technology, we are co-creators because we are one with the technology that we exist in. All right, we are characters within this video game that have consciousness. Okay, and the ones that created our reality as a simulation, they did not know if we were going to have real feelings or not, if we were going to have consciousness, what it felt like to be conscious in this reality, in this existence that we exist in, okay, that exists within technology. Okay, so people say, scientists are now proving that things only exist when they're being perceived. All right? You know what a video game designer hears when you say something like that? Well, if you understand anything about three-dimensional video games, everything you see on your screen is what's being computed by the console. Okay, so the polygons you see on screen at any given time, the power of the console generates those polygons to exist. And the further you go within the game world, they continue to generate the polygons needed to generate everything you see and everything that you can interact with. But they don't need to generate polygons for things you aren't seeing at the moment. So while the game can generate the polygons of everything that you see in front of you, they don't need to generate the polygons for everything you don't see behind you. Okay? So what you have to understand is reality works like that, as scientists have discovered. All right? And so it's pretty cool to understand that you can understand how reality works when you understand that life is a video game and when you understand how video games are designed. So if you really want to understand the truth about reality, you have to understand about video game design. All right? Or else you will be forever stuck going, well, we don't know the answers to this because we don't know why this does this or why this is like this. It's like, no, baloney. You know why, because it's programmed to be like that, because we're inside a simulation that was programmed. Okay? And a lot of people become atheists and stuff, and because they're like, who would design such a cruel reality to exist? Who would design such a world with so much pain and suffering and blah, 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 blah? Well, the programmers that programmed our reality, they didn't intend for it to be that way. That is just how it evolved to be within the simulation. Okay? So, you know, we are part of that simulation. We are inside technology. Okay, so everything you see, all the atoms that make up everything you see and interact with in your life are no different than polygons in a 3D video game. Okay? Everything is programmed. Now, the cool thing about this reality and this being true is that we can program a history that never existed. The programmers that program our reality can come up with a history that did not really exist, but we will have the evidence that it existed. We will have the memories that it existed. We will have everything to prove that it did exist. We will believe it because it is part of the programming of our story. Just like when you make a video game, okay, when you design a role-playing game or any kind of video game, you are creating a world and you are creating a history that happened before you turn the game on. The worlds you visit have a history, okay, and the characters within those worlds believe that history to be true. All right, and you exist within the framework that that history is true and that the lore of that world is true. Well, in our reality, we can completely simulate the past and fabricate history any way we want, which is pretty cool. All right, which means everything in your past could be an illusion. All your memories, everything you've ever experienced could be nothing but an illusion a false illusion. Okay? So, but the cool part is this is a simulated reality, and it is a video game, and it's like a mix between a video game and a movie. Okay? Because you know, you have to understand everything around us is technology. Our entire consciousness is technology. All right? Our entire perception of reality is nothing more than electrical synapses firing in our brain to give us the perception of reality, the sensation of perceiving a reality. Our eyes, all of our sensory organs, they send electrical data of what they are perceiving to our brain through electricity. And then this electricity fires these electrical synapses that exist within our brains and give us the information of what we are seeing. No different than a computer receives the data that its webcam is seeing. Okay? When I'm making this video, the webcam that I'm making this video on, it works the same way your eyes work. Okay? And your brain is a computer. We are technology. And when your eyes see, just like my webcam is seeing me right now, it is sending electrical data to the hard drive to record these sounds and images. Okay, just like your eyes and ears are perceiving in real time what I'm saying in this video. Okay, so you are technology within technology. You are electronics within electronics. Okay, just because we have skin and bones and all this other stuff doesn't mean we are not technology existing within technology. Okay? Like I said, we can create a video game where if you take a surgical knife, you can cut into someone's hand, the character's hand in the video game, and there would be meat and bone underneath the hand. And it comes into existence because it's programmed to. Okay? So what I'm saying is everything in our existence is generated by technology. All right? And if you realize that, and if you study video game design and you really study science, you will understand. You have a good understanding of these subjects. Maybe you have a good understanding of these subjects and you don't even have to study these subjects. But it's good to study these subjects so you can even have an even better understanding of these subjects. So now you know the truth that reality exists within a simulation. So what is it? What if it could be a video game? What about this? What if mortality? What if this entire existence, this simulation, what if it was a video game that immortal gods play? Interactive entertainment experience, a video game, interactive multiplayer video game that immortal gods play. And they imagine having a video game where you could become a different character. You could become another person. And you could forget completely that you are playing a video game. You forget who you really are, who you were before you started the game, all of that. All you have is you being in the experience. It's still you, but it's you as a different you. So you could be the character that you are playing. All right, so it's it's hard to explain in vivid detail, but imagine that. That's full immersion. A video game that you play, you wake up into, and you're playing the game again. You go to sleep, you log out. go about your business in the kingdom of heaven. You're an immortal God. You go back to this, this, and this. You go back, you pick up right when you wake up, you know, into the next day. But we're all playing it together, all right? But that's, I'm not saying that's what's going on. That's more of a what if scenario, because it definitely could be good. That could be the truth. But what I'm saying is you have to understand video game design, and you will come to understand the truth about reality, all right? Because the Matrix is based on a true story. All right, that technology where you can jack into the Matrix and simulate any reality and it's completely real. I know how to design that technology. As a matter of fact, I have already designed that technology and I know how to make it real, and I can manifest it into reality within our lifetime. And you don't even have to stick any weird things into the back of your head. All right, we're talking about the Matrix technology. All right, I invented it. So, but we are technology within technology. All right. So, we have this we're given this illusion that technology is something separate from ourselves, but we ourselves are technology. All right. Like I said, everything's electric. Without the electricity, you wouldn't run. Without the electricity in your brain, you don't run. Okay? So, anyway, now you know the truth about reality. I'm not going to ramble on for too long, but I hope you found this video to be informative and stimulating, because welcome to the machine. You are in a machine. Technology. Okay? And this technology that is running our reality, our existence, is more advanced than anything we could ever imagine building in our lifetimes. Okay. When, in terms of the hardware and the software, we can do, like I said, I can make the Matrix technology real, and we can experience these simulated realities of our own creation and do whatever we want within them in a consequence-free way and have it feel completely real. I know how to make it happen. But maybe that's what we're in right now anyway. So, like I said, we could all be a brain in a vat somewhere. You've heard of the brain in a vat theory. Well, it's very possible. It's very, very, very possible. But hey, don't let it trip you out too much. But yeah, this is a video game. Life is a video game. So let's do what's right. Let's be heroes. That's what you do in a video game, right? You become a hero. You save the world. You have fun. You enjoy yourself along the adventure. And you save the world. So let's do it. Let's save the world we exist in. Let's win this game called life. And this is a multiplayer game that can only be won through cooperation, not competition. All right. So, life is a video game. We are in a simulation. All right. If you consider yourself to be scientifically literate and actually know a thing or two about science, then please expand your understanding and learn more about game design, specifically 3D game design, and how the polygon relates to the atom. All right. So, because the deeper down the rabbit hole you go for game design, the deeper your understanding of our reality and the true nature of our reality becomes. All right? Because, like I said, don't let how the evil things in this reality make you think that whoever programmed this reality must be evil. because this is a simulation where evil was not intended to exist in, but evil was actually a byproduct of the evolution of this existence. All right. There was nothing that was really intended by the designers of the simulation. This is really a simulation of a what if, and we are the results of that what if. Okay. So stay tuned to my channel. I'm going to make more in-depth videos on this subject, and I've already made some videos touching on the subject in the past. Make sure to subscribe if I am new. Check out some of my other videos. I am your friend forever, Evan Lefavor, and now you know the truth. Until then, I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.